Yo, what's happening? So I've got two buyers, two interested buyer potential. One for Lisa, one for Isabella. Both coming tomorrow. There's loads of work to be done on both. But I think Isabella I've already listed it on the market for cheap. So I think I'm gonna leave stuff for the buyer to do. Such as the door, might give it to him. Tail lights, boot lights, wing mirror cover. Like little minors, bits and pieces that he can do himself. The price is cheap for what it is. I listed it for cheap. As for Lisa, the guy is willing to pay top dollar for it because he likes the saddle brown with the Orient blue. So for this, I need to do as much work as I can in order to get it done. Well, I told him that it needs work. He was happy with it, with some work needed, but obviously I can't leave everything open. So let's go over things that needs doing for now. First thing first, the boot lights. These inner lights are disgusting. Needs to go out. I'll bring the new one in. I'll do that now. Same with this, that broken tail light. That needs to go out now. The steering wheel in this is not really great, and he's paying top dollar, so I'm gonna swap that steering wheel with the one in Isabella. And also the airbag is going in the bin, and I've got another airbag with a blue badge that will go in it. So the wear is not too bad for Isabella, so it should be alright for the cheap price I'm listing it for. If I've got time, that click, you see this, needs to be replaced, so I'll change it for him. I've got a part. Same with the wing mirror, it's broken here, so that I'll get it off the other car and put it on for him. What else I need to do? And let's not forget, the thermostat needs doing. Thermostat as well needs doing. So that's gonna be probably one of the first jobs thermostat needs to be doing, because it's stuck open and I told him it's done already, so it needs to be done. Other than that, I don't see anything else left to be done on this. That's the best I could do for him for now. So stay tuned, let's do all this madness. I'll start by taking the steering wheel off of both cars. So all you need for this is a flathead and a 16mm or later, but for now, flathead and the key obviously. So I started by taking out the airbags out of Lisa first, popping out the airbag using a screwdriver, and then disconnected the cables from the back. And after that I broke the connector, but I didn't mind. I've got a spare one on a car that I'm breaking around the back, so I'm gonna use the whole computer unit from that car anyway. Back here in Isabella, same thing, popped up the airbag, took the connectors off and got the airbag out. Obviously 16mm with the gun, take the steering wheel off, transfer it over to Lisa along with the airbag, put everything back in reverse, connect everything, put the screw back in the 16mm and then the airbag, and that's one job well done. Hopefully when I started I won't have any codes. I went to grab the electronic unit of that car as I broke the connector on the other one. So I need that now, the bottom panel for the steering wheel. I'll disconnect that and attach it to the steering wheel, which is going into Isabella later.
When the days change and the nights grow cold, will we trace the same old feelings or let them fall? If the lights fade,
so that's one car done, Isabella. I turned the ignition on to see if there's any codes will come up, and I need to clear him, and nothing came up, so happy days. Now let's try Lisa. Now let's see if there's any codes on this one now. One way to find out. Start it. Huh? What did just happen? What the hell did just happen? I only saw the steering wheel. Are you taking the piss? What the hell? Are you actually taking the piss? Is there any fuel? So I started by checking if there's any fuel going to the engine, same like I did with Isabella before. There is a little port here where there is a little fuel breather where you can like push it down with a screwdriver, and it will, if there is any fuel pressure going to it, the fuel will come out. Had to take the engine cover out of the way a little bit and then use the screwdriver, pushed on it, and there was no fuel coming out. I tried to cycle ignition again and checked again, and still no fuel coming out, so that confirms me there is no fuel going to the engine, hence crank no start. I checked the fuse seemed okay unfortunately, so next step would tell me it's a fuel pump issue, and now I've got to replace the fuel pump, and the buyer is coming tomorrow, for God's sake. Can't believe that just happened to me. I'm just changing steering wheels. I parked the car this morning and I think the fuel pump died. As soon as I came parked, changed the steering wheel over, I'm trying to start it, see if there's gonna be any codes, and the car is not pumping any fuel to the engine. I think the fuel pump died. I checked the fuse is fine. Bloody shit boxes, the guy's coming to see it tomorrow. I haven't got a spare. I ain't taking one out of my car. This is also someone's coming for it tomorrow. And this one's someone coming for it tomorrow, sorry, not today. I might have to take one out of the car around the back and put it in this until I figure out why do I keep killing pumps. I don't bloody know. Anyways, gotta go around the back and get the other fuel pump. Go into the other shit box, get the fuel pump I just put in yesterday. You guys probably wouldn't know about this yet because the video is not yet out about this car. It's a whole different series of collection coming up soon. But anyways, you get to have a peek at it. Let's take my fuel pump back out. That was the only spare I had. I gave it to this car to start. I've parked it where I parked it. I don't need to move it anytime soon. So until I figure out another fuel pump for now, this can have to live fuel pumpless. I need the fuel pump for the other car. Guy's coming tomorrow for it. But luckily I left everything unhooked. I didn't really put anything back together when I changed it, because I was gonna break this car for parts. I only need it for the project, for the engine. Now that was easy because I had already taken it off and I didn't really put everything back in place. I just left it like that because I only needed to start the car and move it and leave it parked in there. So it's gonna be proper hard now on that car. I don't know if it's ever had a fuel pump change before. At 144k miles, I doubt it. So we'll see. Hopefully there's a fuel pump anyway. Can't hear it running and the fuse is fine. So we'll see once we take it out. This, you guys can come here. It's definitely never been off, you can tell. This is still factory, because you usually have to rip that off in order to change it. Or you don't have to really, but yeah. It's too stock for me. It's never been changed before. Let's take it out. So you got 14 mil for you that you aren't doing. 14 mil nuts. Tab that comes off, take that. So now to verify, it's not pump, it's not pump is the issue, not anything else. I'm gonna try run this one and see if I can hear it, which is the new one that I know it works with the other car. We shouldn't really be doing this because obviously it's gonna run dry, but I just don't care. If it works for one more day, that's all I need it to do. See if I'm gonna hear it. Yeah. You could hear that now. So that pump is fully working. We'll see the one on the car when it comes out. So I carried on taking off the fuel pump. That
fuel hose can be really grabby to that nozzle, so watch out for your fingers. Took me a lot of time to get it out, but got there at the end, and now I can just pull the fuel pump out. Now we need to hit that with a hammer, spin that out around, and then pull it out. My trusty hammer. My trusty hammer. Let's go. Let's go, my dear. Mate, that was loose. Whoever put that back on last time didn't even bother themselves. Interesting. Alright. Gotta learn more and more about this car. After hammering the lock ring, I got the fuel pump out, transferred over the gasket to the other one, dashed this one in the bin, and put the new fuel pump in, and put it in place. Make sure you get it right so it doesn't leak any fuel afterwards when you have a full tank in the car. Put the lock ring back in, hammered it this time tight, so make sure it's not loose like it was. Put the fuel hose back in. I didn't have a Jubilee clamp, so I've put a zip tie on it. It's gonna do the job, and put everything back together.
Fuel pump is in. The car runs. Put that back in its place. Finish 2 steering wheel swaps. The third one needs to go to the other car, but I'll do that at the end when I go to take the mirror out. For now, next job probably would be boot lights and a tail light. Let's do that. So to take the boot light, I need to take the clips to lean this down. So I'm gonna go ahead with that. These clips can be really tight, so watch out with your face. Ah, that wasn't too bad. And also that wasn't too bad. Surprising. Maybe it's something in maybe it's just the coupe. Ah, here we go. Jinxed it. Right.
So started by taking all the clips that I can see, basically just to lean it down. I'm not gonna take it off fully. Just need the axis, merely the axis. In the process I found that the lock for the boot was kind of loose, so I tightened it out, and then started by taking the tail lights out, the inner boots, put the new ones back in, transfer the bulbs over, make sure the gaskets are there so it doesn't leak water into the boot. Last thing you want to do in a convertible is finding a big puddle or a swimming pool in your boot lid. Anyways, carried on, putting back on, put the bulbs back in, and once that's all done, I made sure they're all tight and sealed, and then put back the covering and the clips, and checked for fitment, any gaps, any problems, checked for the lights, tested them. Some bulbs were out, so I went to grab a few bulbs that I had. Luckily I had some spares that came in clutch, handy really. So now I've changed the bulbs, made sure they're all now working, no more warnings on the dash for any burned lights, and carried on with taking the tail light out. 3 nuts holding the tail lights of 10mm. Once I took them out, the last one was a bit tricky, couldn't use the gun. I put a new tail light in, double checked all its bulbs are working, and then put it back in, checked for fitment, and that was it. Mission accomplished for the rear end of the car. All lights are working now. Time to do the thermostat on this car now. We know it's always been stuck open. I told the guy it's been changed, not yet, but I already got the part, so that needs to be changed before it comes back tomorrow. You've seen that before in Isabella. If you didn't see Isabella, go see the video in Isabella, but you're gonna see it again anyway regardless. So I'm gonna take the air scoop, the air map with the air box to just make space. One hose will come out, which is this hose will come out, and then I've got this Vanos line, and I've got 130mm and 310mm holding that thermostat in place. And let's not forget that pipe as well needs to be disconnected, and the whole thing will just come out. Also the fan will come out in order to allow for more space. Almost lost you. Anyway, take that fully off. Put it on here for now. Now you can stay here. Don't go anywhere. I know I could be boring sometimes. I'm not that boring though. Come on, enjoy my company at least. Make me company. I'm all alone here in the cold.
remember you used to drive fine. I pick up whenever you call. In the parking lot in Tucson. Are you with me? In the Phantom with the roof gone.
I want to see if that squeaking noise is actually a water pump. Come from the water pump or not. No, I don't know where that noise is coming from. I might just take the water pump to check it. I've got already a spare one. I don't want to sell it for that money with a bad conscience that's got a bad water pump or bearing on the water pump. So I'm gonna take off the water pump and check if it's been changed ever before. If it's not at 144k, it's time to change that water pump now.
So started by removing the water hoses connected to the thermostat. We got two of them. One coming from the left hand side from the radiator, which is the outlet pipe, and we get the inlet pipe coming from the expansion tank. Taking off the clips, pry them out. They could be difficult because they've been there for years, but just slowly it gets there. Then I started by removing the Vanos line with the adjustable spanner. Once that out of the way, I can now unscrew the bolts holding the thermostat in place. We got 3 10mm and a 113mm. That is basically holding the thermostat with the bracket for the engine into the engine head. After I took all 4 of them, that's it. There's nothing on holding the thermostat in there. I can just pry it out, and sometimes it can be stuck in there because obviously it's a gasket. It depends if somebody uses silicone or anything of some sort, but a little bit of force can get it out, and here she is. I checked it out. It looked like it's an OEM one from 2002, so it goes in the bin, and now we gotta put the new one, which is Febby. But since I'm there, I'm also gonna double check a lot of things. There is still the water pump to check, and also I gotta clean the block where the thermostat sits. Once I clean the block the thermostat sits, obviously you don't want any uneven surface, because any uneven surface or debris between the seal, the thermostat gasket and the head can cause leaks in the future. So I give it a nice clean and a scrape to make sure everything is right, and now I'm untightening the screws that hold the water pump bracket, and after that I will have to inspect the water pump.
Now I took the belt off. Now I can carry on, take the 4 10mm out and pull this out. That's where the pump's sitting behind here. And this cable, I need it off my way for now. Get out of my way. Get out of my life. Get out of my way. Anyways, you need to understand the idea. Already loosen these, so just take them off. How much do you wanna bet it's the OEM pump in there, holding on for dear life? And that noise was that water pump. Let's see, the bearing of it is gonna be fully finished. If it's been changed, I'll be surprised. Really surprised, like really surprised.
Remove the stuff that's all around the water pump, like the pulley and the belts, all that stuff, etc., to gain access to it.
Yeah, that's the pump. From the looks of it, that looks like it's factory made. So I gotta take these 4 10mm out. After I take the 4 10mm out, I'll use 2 screws, one here and one here, screw it in, and that will help push the pump out. I'll show you in a second. Stick the nuts first.
Started by removing the 4 nuts holding the water pump in place. They are 10mm nuts all around it, the edges of the water pump. Taking them off, put them on the side. Don't want to lose these, obviously. Don't want to replace them. That's what I've got. Got my neighbors here coming to say hi, walking the dogs. Not the weather for it, mate. Anyways, I gotta carry on. I'm trying my best to help him out, have a chat, but also I need to finish that car ASAP. So you have to also live with my voiceover for the day, as unfortunately the camera failed me and it recorded without volume. I don't know what happened to it, probably overheated at that point. But I was explaining the mechanism and how to get this out, which basically, after I took the 4 nuts, there's 2 screws. There is 2 screw holes in the pump where you screw 2 screws that were holding the pulley into him, and they will push against the block in order to push the pump out. As the pump has a seal and it's integrated into the block, it really needs a lot of force to push it out. Hence, you have to use the 2 screws to push against the block, screw them in, and the more you screw them in, they push against the block and push the pump out, and eventually you'll be able to get the pump in your hand. Fortunately, well, unfortunately first, I lost the bet. Unfortunately for myself, the pump has been changed at some point. It's got a metal propeller, which you get from factory is plastic propeller. So great, it's been upgraded. Pump is good to go. Now I'm cleaning the block, make sure there is no debris on the surface before I put the pump and the thermostat back on, because like I said before, that can allow for coolant leaks if there is no good seal between the surfaces. The pump been upgraded, so happy days. I can sell the car with a great conscience now. It's got a good water pump. It's the upgraded one, Miley. So I put it back on now. The seal is alright. Doesn't look like it's bad. Put the 4 nuts back on. You should torque them to 10 Newton meters, but doing this for years now, 10 Newton meters is pretty much tight and a quarter of a turn. You just know by feel now. It's not really that much of force on 10 Newton meters. Once that's done, I put the metal propeller back on, and then put the 4 screws that holds it, and then got the tensioner released and put the drive belt back on, and that was it. The water pump was in. Now back onto the thermostat job to finish it off, clean the surface even more. I really don't want to be redoing this again, so I gotta make sure the surface is super clean. Got a gasket for extra safety, some RTV around the edges of the thermostat. You don't really need to do this, but again, safety first. I don't mind. If you can do it, you can do it. Why not? Extra safety. Put the thermostat back in, 3 10mm screws, and then one 30mm that holds it with the bracket. All goes in. Again, I think it's slightly more, this one, 14 Newton meters of torque, correct me if I'm wrong, but pretty much it's tight and quarter to half of a turn. You know when to stop really if you're doing this long enough. And then plug everything back on, make sure everything is clean. And yeah, I'm just looking down the engine now, making sure everything is clean, putting on the hoses back on and the fan. Plug everything back in, and now onto our favorite part. The bleeding will start. So for the millionth time, like all the projects before, Isabella, my car, this one now, Lisa, and whatever coming up in the future, you do the same thing. You take the bleeding nipple back out. You see the one that's got the bubbles coming out from it now, just on top of the nozzle where I'm putting the water in, and then keep topping it up and watch the water coming out of that nozzle up until there is no bubbles come out at all. I was putting on some distilled water, and now I'm doing the mix, adding the actual coolant. With E46 it should be 50-50 mix, 8.5 liter all in. I'm kinda eyeballing it here. I just put half of distilled water, half of coolant, and pretty much making it work. And now I'll keep doing it until there is no bubbles, and there was no bubbles left. I give the engine a clean around with distilled water. I mean, mock me if you want, but there was some dirty oil around from when I done the vanos. So cleaned it out, put everything back together, close the cap, put the air muff back on with the airbox and the scoop, and now I'm ready to start the car. Started the car, got it up to temperature. Seems like it's holding temperature and pressure, no leaks whatsoever. Happy days. One problem is fixed out of the way. Now on to different problems. I called that a day basically. I've done so much today. The guy's coming tomorrow supposedly, so we'll see how we take it from there. I've still got the sensor, which is for the parking sensor at the back. I might leave it for him. Same with the click on the door and the wing mirror. I mean, he's gonna have to knock off the price anyway, so gotta give him something to use against you, which is sales tactic. You can't just give him a perfect car, he'll still have to knock you off. So give him something to use, knock off a little bit whatever he was gonna knock originally anyway, and save myself the trouble. So we'll see how it goes. We'll catch you in the next update.
I'm back. Another episode with Lisa. The work never stops. And guess what? This time it killed another fuel pump. For God's sake, this is the third fuel pump I put in the car. The other day, I got stuck in traffic and it just died on me. It was showing quarter of a tank on the speedometer. But then it just died, and the way it should start it would start and die, start and die, start and die, until it just doesn't start at all, just cranks. So it did look like fuel issue. So I thought maybe the fuel is out and the speedometer is bugging out. So I went to the petrol station, got myself like a couple of liters, put it in, and it started, which was great. So it was fuel. I knew I have a bad cylinder unit on the second fuel pump I replaced. But then I carried on driving until to get to the petrol station. The couple of liters didn't do because I kept going up a hill and down a hill. So fuel kept playing up. So I think that killed the pump basically. This time I'm not messing around. I got a brand new pump here with the sticker, like you see. This is have to go in now, and hopefully this is gonna be the last of fuel pumps. This is like third fuel pump in a week. Shit happens, man. Bloody E46 fuel pumps.
Alright, you've seen me doing this earlier in the video, you didn't need to see it again, so I'm gonna speed this up. I need to give you an update about the buyer that was supposed to come. So, I told you I had a buyer for this, for Lisa, and a buyer for Isabella. Both of them were supposed to turn up on a Sunday. None of them turned up, both of them were time wasters. So I had high hopes at least one of them would go that day, and none of them just showed up, so which was quite annoying after all that work and that I've put in without sleep really. But yeah, we move on, dealing with time wasters. That's the market. I made the choice of saving these cars instead of breaking them, so I just have to deal with the hassle that comes with it. No money is made easy nowadays, so you gotta have to struggle somehow. Anyways, still up for sale. Hopefully the right buyer will come at the right time.
Hopefully it's the last time I'll ever have to take these bloody seats back out. 1, 2. Done. Mission done. Hopefully this is the last time ever I'll have to do that fuel pump job out. Call it third time lucky. Now that's the bad pump. Don't know what I'm gonna do with it. Probably throw in the bin. For now, see you in the next job. Oh yeah, and probably worth mentioning, the car is now listed online on eBay. And also in general, it's listed for sale with a banner. Well, banner, call it a banner. Left my phone number here and for a sale sign. Annoyingly, someone annoying keyed the car. See, there's a line there. That didn't exist before. Like when I took pictures and uploaded the ad on eBay, I looked at the pictures, that wasn't there. Somebody actually keyed the car, which is quite annoying, but can't have anything nice in the UK. We move forward. I think Polish will buff that out. I'll either get around to do it or get the next owner to do it. But for now, hopefully that's done. Lisa doesn't need to be touched. Ready for a new home. And the next scene, you'd see me saying it's sold. Hopefully. If not, you'll see me doing another fix. See ya.
Lisa is now gone, and Isabella's already gone previously. Now it's time to discuss some numbers. I haven't discussed with you how much I paid yet, but first let's go over some expenses here. So I got this car. It had a stuck open thermostat, so I spent £40 on the thermostat. It needed boot lights. I spent a tenner on getting him second hand. That's £50 so far. I also spent £50 fixing a puncture and getting the tracking done. Now we are at 100. An MOT cost me £40. That's now 140. I spent £30 on a fuel pump. That's now 170. And what else? And I spent £60 on insurance. I'll calculate this because it was part of it. I needed to insure it to drive it for an MOT center. So £60 to insure it for a month, and I drove around to make sure it's fine. So that's 230. And I spent another £10. What was it for? Yeah, on the door latch that was clicking. So now we are at
£240 all in or of expenses. I'm not gonna calculate the stuff that I had measured, like the tail light, also the first fuel pump that I changed, that I had spare. Well, it came at free cost in a way. I've been storing these parts for years. So 240 expenses so far. What I paid for this car is £1,150. A little bit extra, but it came with a little bit of nice stuff as well. So like it came with a cinnamon interior, not cinnamon actually, saddle brown. That's why I found that later. It's called saddle brown. And also it's Orient blue. It came with a mint bodywork, other than the bloody scratch that somebody put on my door. Somebody can argue that it's not actually expensive, £1,150 for a 330 manual, but I'm just too used to getting him for under £1,000, guys. So is what it is. Isabella cost me £500, for example. So 1,150 plus 240 expenses. Let's see if I can still get this math right. 1,290, 1,390, 1,490 all in. Let's round it up to 1,500 for the sake of good math. So it owes me £1,500. I listed it up for £3,000, and that guy came and he haggled me out for £100. I let it go. So he paid 2,900. 2,900, that now clears me a £1,400 clear profit on just Lisa. Plus what I made on Isabella previously was £1,850. So all in, let's see if I get this right again. 1,400 plus 1,850, that is what? 2,850, 2,250. Good start. I hope that math is right. If my math is right, £3,250 of pure profit after getting my money back and all the expenses. Not bad. Good start for the channel. First 2 cars. Now on the look for other projects to carry on. I went yesterday actually to Birmingham to have a look at a 330 automatic. Such a lovely car, low mileage, 80,000 miles on the clock. Good, there was potential there. However, I went up there after getting a trailer rented, driving over there, spending £200 on fuel. The guy saying it just has no MOT, but it's got small issues. And I show up there, he says it's mint, but then I look at it and it's overheating, and he wouldn't budge on the price on top of that. So typical Birmingham stuff. Guys, just every time I don't learn the lesson, don't buy cars from Birmingham. But I see a cheap E46, I just run wherever it is. Anyway, still on the hunt for the next one, for the next flip, so we can add to the pot more and save for the bigger project. If you enjoyed the video, guys, hit the like button, subscribe and share, and catch you guys on the next flip. See ya.
I bought a new car. The project. The ultimate project. That's not a flipper. It's not a fixer. It's an actual project. Stay tuned. See you in the video. It's a beautiful E46. I can't wait to share it with you guys. I'm too excited. I'm too gassed. And it's in the perfect color. It does need work. Don't get me wrong, you know me. I always buy him needing work. But I save them. I don't scrap them. I don't break them. I save them. I word to all my friends and all my guys that are breaking cars out there. Stop doing it. Have some sympathy. Save them. And today I'm saving this little guy. Stay tuned.
أول مرة شفتك وانتي جاية لحظة واحدة قدرتي تاخدي عينيا